Leave chat. 10-4. Guys. What up?
Okay, can anybody hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're so loud.
Am I loud?
He's got a big mouth.
Man, that's why PlayStation, you can auto adjust in the PlayStation chat.
There we go. Should be able to hear me now.
Whoa. Even
Yo,
louder.
let me.
Even louder than Widow.
Even louder than Widow. Yes. Am I loud? Really?
No,
I feel
you're
My
fine.
turning shit down.
eardrums.
Oh.
No, Young is
My
louder
ear-
than you.
Breaks the whole damn microphone.
Everybody fast travel to me.
Oh. Okay. Quest I have to pick up?
Well, when we're all in here is usually when we pick up the quest.
Yep. Repairing my shit.
I'm gonna die.
Some of my mustache wax.
Your group is now a large group. Great.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Everyone's so much louder. Oh,
The bitches.
gonna go deaf.
I'm here.
Go deaf.
Okay, there we go.
I think I did it right. Hello, can you hear me?
Mm.
Yep,
Yes.
you did perfectly.
What choked on my coffee,
Now,
man?
I was just saying, dude. I mean, it's got blush, bro.
did everybody travel in?
Travelers, now
Ah,
we gotta travel
all
to
the
you?
times.
Yep, so
Yeah.
that's the next thing too. Now we have to actually travel to the trial.
Yeah, just travel to me.
Just wanted to make sure everybody was at least
He's
in
like,
the
oh, it
chat
doesn't
first.
start?
It doesn't start. No.
What type of game are we playing?
What type of game?
It's not. There we go. Okay, so.
Alright. There we go.
Alright, so Scott's here. Menace is here.
My wife.
Can I jump to
You cannot jump to where?
this? Oh, no, don't worry.
Okay. Alright, here. Let me make sure Sarah's good. She hasn't done it.
Also, if you go up, it's not down, and if you go down, it's not up.
Whoa.
Right. So,
Hello, lad.
I got the army of kids in the background, so that's me.
That's fine.
Leroy Jenkins, let's go.
These I told you they're all Call of Duty players, so there's only been like 3 or 4 of us here that have done the trials. The rest of them are all brand new.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Okay, so
let's
we're all here.
let's get tanks and healers sorted out first. Pretty much the breakdown is like if you have the capability to get gear sets organized, you always want to do that because supports are going to be the backbone of your team. So anybody that's likes high responsibility roles, support would be the way to go. DPS, you're going to follow the pack. You want to be a wolf pack, you want to stay together, and your primary target is always going to be the big focus. So I'm actually going to show you guys some veteran strategies to make it a little bit more straightforward on what you would have to do as a fundamental. So for we're going to go and kill the side bosses first, and we're going to separate the Griffin and the Mini, both tanks. Who's our other tank? Is it Widowmaker?
And T-Pern right here. We're both right here.
So you're both on tanks?
Yes.
I will need to switch. There's no need for 3 tanks unless we're doing a +3. Now, for the +3, yes, 3 tanks. But we're not going to do that today because you want everybody to understand the basic mechanics. So
Yeah.
if you give me a moment here while we're finalizing, and I'll switch over to my deeps.
Okay.
Alright, cool. So,
Oh, keeper.
I told you what I was gonna take, but
You're dirty.
Oh, I'm excited. This is
And
fun.
then where are the 2 healers that also come over here too?
You're so dumb.
What up?
Stay right there, girl.
Ooh, what you trying to do? Oh, that's cool.
young, look how strong my abs
paper, bro. Paper.
Where is Sarah?
Okay.
There she is.
She's right here.
Real Slim Shady. He's gonna.
Being all quiet.
Man, who brought Beethoven over here?
This young Beethoven. I was trying to think of his name the
Yeah.
other day.
Guys, did you,
What is his name?
did you guys accept the quest?
I did.
Yeah.
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 Did everybody
got it.
accept the quest? No, when I picked it up, you should have gotten it right here. Or
The
Lemaine.
script is dope as shit.
I did this yesterday, so I'm good.
That shit looks dope as fuck, man.
I
wish
can
they
tell
would
this guy's
make this-
laying on a pit of fire. It's good.
Aw,
I don't remember anything about this, bro.
no?
Well, I remember like some. Very, very little information.
You gonna close the door on me, Pops? I'm too loud or what? Bye. You still got hiccups, bro.
Such an angry
You can't close the door? Careful with your finger. Bro, this fool's 1.5 and he's fucking almost 3 feet.
Be tall.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna lock yourself out, Pops. Pops. You're stuck with me now.
Is that the outfit for the trial?
That's what we're working with, yes sir. Looks okay.
Styling.
You know, throwing these heels. Gotta look cute and then, you know, when we throwing the heels. Where's Sarah? There she is. I cannot hear Sarah. Is she talking?
Mm-mm.
What? I wonder why I
Sarah,
can't
be
hear her.
quiet. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
Water. Better have to keep a chaser with it.
That's tomorrow night.
Oh, it's every night.
Alright. Set up here. So, general breakdown on trials. You want your tanks to lead the way. Even if they have no fucking clue what they're doing, you always want your tanks to lead the way. I'll just give some guidance. Now, for this, on the main boss, we're going to simplify it between main tank and off tank. So off tank will be the portal tank for the last fight, and main tank will be on Zamaja the entire fight. So the best setup for main tank will be Yonakrin, and potentially Powerful Assault if you have it, but Yonakrin and Crimson Oath will work out really well for this team. So do we have a tank rocking those sets by chance?
I have Yolakun and I right now I'm wearing Leeching, but I do have Crimson too. And
Is
with
it Crimson Oath or Crimson?
Let me take a look. I think it's just the Crimson from the dungeon.
Yeah, because there's Crimson from,
Yeah, I just says plain old Crimson.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the one that does the, like, the lifesteal. You don't really need that. As long as everything's working out in your favor, you got a healer looking out for you and all that. Now, Crimson Oath will reduce the resistances of a target, of anything in a radius, like it was like a radius AoE debuff. So, in the long run, tank's purpose will be armor breaking. You'll be controlling the boss and breaking its armor down. So, like, Ice Staff with the Crusher, Glyph,
Yes.
Armor Pen, You know, little
Yeah.
things like that. Having the puncture armor over ransack, you'll notice you'll need more armor break than you need defense on your side.
Yes. I
So-
have that. I have both those.
As long as you got Yulnokrin, you're square. What's our other tank
Yeah.
wearing?
I don't know what T-Pain's
Right.
wearing.
I
power
really
cure.
think we should fucking just let
He's probably
Vlad
because
lead
we're still
tank.
like
Really?
Well,
we're still
it's always good to let people learn,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And this is the place.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay on callouts, and I'll give you guys a breakdown of it all. And even if there's a struggle, like, the only way people are going to figure it out is by going through it and experiencing it. So, like, what separates a lot of people that I run with some of the other groups is we're willing to put that time in and give people the chance to learn. So,
I know he's wearing Airborne, but I don't know what else he's wearing with it.
Crimson.
Evans.
Crimson. Oh,
Okay.
Crimson and
Okay,
Airborne.
cool. So yeah, Evan will give everybody a little bonus life. That's actually one of the offsets that I'll wear. You know, it's pretty much requested every now and then. Worm Cult will be ideal later on. Healers, do you at least have Spell Power Cure between the two?
Yes. Yes.
They both do.
Mm.
They
Yes.
both do?
Yes,
They
they
both
they
have
both
it
do.
on.
Yeah.
Okay, for most cases, it won't stack, right? So only one of you will need it in the long run. But as long as we have at least one, just both of you stick to it for now. If you do have a set you can switch out to coordinate with your other healer, it will pay off in the long run. But
Okay.
as long as you got Spell Power Cure, is pretty much what we're saying. So we're trying to get the Minor Courage and Major Courage for the entire group. And that's going to be from Spell Power Cure will be the Major Courage, and then the Minor Courage will come from Yulnokrin. So Widowmaker, if I'm
Noted.
understanding, you'll be the main
Yes.
tank for the fight. So you'll
Yes,
be the
I
one
will.
holding. Okay, you'll be the one holding the mini boss on the mini fights, and you'll be the one holding Zamaja in the last fight. And I'll try and go over the mechanics on both of those. DPS, we're just gonna call out what to kill. Now, your best bet is get to the flank of it, get to the backside, kind of like if you had a mallet in your hand and you had to knock it unconscious from the backside. That's pretty much what you want to take advantage of. A lot of you should have Backstabber equipped or be working on it, and Backstabber will increase the amount of crit damage that you do in the fight, and that's what you're trying to take advantage of. As a DPS, you always want to be attacking the backside of the targets if you can. Other than that, it's kind of just run what it is. Now, we can skip portals for the minis, as it doesn't result in too many extra adds, but for the main boss, we will need a portal runner team. And that's going to be pretty much, I think, let's say 2 brave DPS. If you guys got any star DPS in the team.
Me and Young will go.
Okay. Alright, so we'll have portals done, and we're just going to do that for the other ones. So everybody else is ready, we're just going to go in, stack up at the gate. Good way to see who's ready, who's not. Everybody at the gate's ready to go. Everybody else lets them know that they can finish up whatever they need for that last minute and then get going. If you're short one person, you might as well just start the trial, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, let's hit it. So each boss has, or each mini boss has a different mechanic it's trying to offer you.
Only his
Most of
next
the time
warrior could
is
defeat
people will
Samaja
just
with
come in
all
here
three
to
Shadow
clear this
Warriors
as a +0.
by their
So +0 standard is where you kill all the minis separately. +3 means you dive right into the main fight in the center, and as you're fighting all the minis during that big fight. But again, it's better to understand their mechanic first, so you want to kill them separate until you really get it down. Now, this one in particular isn't so bad. It's just an interrupt, a couple bashes, and keeping it separate from the other boss. This is, if I remember correct, Gallonway. Not a big deal on the names, it's more or less what they do. So go ahead and enter the arena here. If you are outside, it will pull you in. Main tank, you're going to be holding the mini. Do you see where it's kind of shadowed right there?
Yep.
You're pretty much going to hold the mini there or closer to the wall over here, the entire fight. Off tank,
Okay.
there's going to be a griffin that lands. People call it chicken, the turkey, don't matter. Grab that, and you're going to pull it to this back wall over here. So what you're doing is you're separating. If they stay close together and vet, they will enrage. So you're trying to prevent them from enraging. Now, in normal, most teams will just stack them together and try and kill them before they can kill you. But I just say separate it for sheer practice. Now, main tank, you'll grab the monstrosity. You'll always start with the monstrosity, and you want to bring it to those creepers. So DPS, you see that creeper in the back? That one, we're gonna go kill it. Let's go. Everybody on the creeper, the tentacles. So the tentacles will silence your allies. Next tentacle, go to the creeper. They'll silence your allies. That means if your healer tanks get hit with that, they can't tank for you to get. Now it's killing monstrosity. So tanks, what you'll generally do is you'll always want to stack your adds together. That's your ability. There's so much bleed damage coming in. You want to always pay attention to where your other tank is at. Become your own little duo. Okay? Back up. Everybody come to the entrance here. Come to the entrance, come to the entrance. Minnie and Griffin are landing. Let the tanks separate. Okay, and we're all going to beat the bird. Beat up on the Griffin. Whoa. There you go. Beat the bird. Alright, so in this fight, there's going to be, I forget the name of the mechanic, Horrorfrost. Okay, there's this little tornado. You guys see it moving on the battlefield here? It's right behind the park. Like a tornado, has a little bluish circle underneath it. This is Horrorfrost. Like Dollface, you just picked up Horrorfrost right there. After a couple seconds, you're gonna have to purge it. Get on the mini, fight the mini.
Oh shit.
As soon as you can purge it, it's gonna drop it. Now another player needs to pick that up and drop that away from the group. Okay, get on the mini. Just go ahead and beat it up. So, again, you want to keep the minis and the bird at the same ideal locations. So what you're gonna try and create in the long run tanks is a scenario where all your DPS have to do is shedding Horrorfrost in the back. 3 Horrorfrost in the thing around. Kill the bird. All drop.
Strike these names, Valariella.
Okay, follow the menu. There's a bunch of big ads on the battlefield tanks. Just go ahead and grab them up. Yeah. And rip them. So that's what happens when we fail the portal. The portal's maybe not running quick enough. There's a shit ton of ads that will spawn.
Yeah, did you want to go on the
No. Just so everybody can see. It helps stress the importance later on. Griffin's close to dying. Don't even touch the Griffin. Go after Gallon. This is where you'll want to separate the two. So if they die separately, like, you want them to die like twins, within close to each other. If they're too far apart, they'll summon a bunch of extra ads and extra chaos on the battlefield. So from this point, let's just nuke Gallon away, and then we'll kill the bird.
How could I
Alright, knock the
lose
bird down.
to such fools?
Oh my god, I'm so done.
Alright. So next one, we're going to do the same strat, but we've got a new mechanic that's entering the battlefield. So that one there, that one's called Horrorfrost. Now, Horrorfrost is probably going to take everybody here, who knows, fucking 30 to 40 times to really understand it. But once you get it, it'll make sense, and you'll see the priority of what it is for the DPS to pull that away. So if somebody accidentally picks up Horrorfrost and then goes into a portal, they can kill all the portal runners down there, and it can wipe the whole team. So in the long run, it's just one of those things just pay attention to. It'll be really important in +3s also. Just have to be future ones. So this one here, this is stack on the AoE. So one of the abilities that the mini has is it's going to target one person in the group. You're going to have an AoE directly targeting you, and it's going to slowly build up. At the end of that AoE, it's going to hit everybody in. Now, the more people in it, it's going to divide the damage up. So if it hits one person, they're probably just going to pop. They're just going to fizzle right out. They need to be res. Now, if you can get 4 to 5 people in that circle, you'll be able to share enough damage to where you'll all get hit just a little bit and nothing bad happens. So this fight's really important about hard stacking. So on a hard stack, so Widowmaker has crown, stack on crown. So it's still crown. So you create one body is a hard stack. Now we don't have to do it so finely put together for the fight, but we're gonna want to stay in that hard stack when that AoE hits, and you're gonna see it. So it'll start yellow, or it'll turn yellow once you have allies in it, and that's how you know that that's what it is. And some people call it share the love, or just stack on yellow, simple things like that. So we'll create one body. Yeah, share the love. Again, so our best bet too is the mini boss. As long as you have the taunt, the mini boss will come back to you after it ports, but try and hold it at that back wall. Okay. And then we'll try and hold the griffin right here. And the concept is our DPS are going to stay in the middle. Okay,
oh shit.
We're going to stay in the middle. Right at this point where I'm jumping. And so all we got to do is turn around and run a short distance to our target, and then burn it down. So right now, everybody focus on Creeper. Creeper's the biggest threat on the battlefield. Now the monstrosity is the next biggest threat. Alright, back up to the entrance. Just let your tanks be out there to do the pull. And we're going to start on the bird DPS. So we're going to want a hard stack and hard stack on the button. Wait till the bird's in place. And stack right here. And then just DPS away. And all we gotta do is stay in the pile. See, that's the yellow circle. Get in the circle. Everybody in the circle. The only people to stay out would be the healer, the kite, somebody that's at a distance. Other than that, as DPS, we all want to move together as a wolf. You stay still. Don't go anywhere yet. That's for sure. Alright, turn around, move them in. You can ult up this guy. If you're gonna run as a team, you want to coordinate your ults as a team. It'll pay off in the long run. Even something as simple as 6 elemental storms getting hit all at the same time can entirely clear the battlefield. Okay, birds down. Everybody turn around. Up, hold still. Here's the yellow circle. Now let's get to the bird. Monstrosity in the battlefield. Turn the bird. Hold still. If you got the circle, you definitely want to hold still, and you want to let everybody else run you. Down. Now Griffin's at 41%. Mini boss is at 50%. Let's burn the Griffin for right now. Hard stack on yellow. You gotta hold still, yellow. If anything, push towards you. This is the ideal spot, right on the backside of the Griffin. Okay, the Griffin's in execute. Let's push on the mini now. Let's switch to the boss.
Quickly! You must get into March's gate! Remember, you'll need to enter the gate with all.
How could I lose?
Alright,
To once such as you.
Very nice. So that's share the love.
You're not
Okay.
going to
This last one here, this is the one that catches most new teams. So it's better everybody just takes it a little bit slow in what they're doing rotation wise and pays attention to the mechanic when it hits. So this one's bar swap. One of your weapons is going to become overcharged. If you're overcharged, that means you're going to radiate damage to every single group member and yourself in a huge radius. Huge radius, like bigger than a healing experience can cover. And the easiest way to avoid this is to weapon swap and just stay on your opposite weapon bar for at least 10 seconds. Now you can actually see the debuff on your bar if you got buff icons active. The debuff will pop up and it'll be like a little weapon icon in like purple or red. It looks gnarly. It's a reminder saying that if you go back to that other bar, you're going to continue to radiate damage on your allies. And you don't want to do that. It's not really viable to heal through it effectively or anything. Like, again, in normal, it might be not as punishing, but it will wipe through still. Especially during a +3 if somebody doesn't bar swap. Now, if you hear somebody call it, just bar swap anyway if you're not sure. So how you'll know for sure when it's activated is your whole screen will turn blue. It'll look like your character's in somewhat of a curse. So if you feel like you're cursed, you need to weapon swap. Now it does have a little indicator that'll pop up at the bottom of the screen saying your weapon's becoming overcharged. You can actually decide what bar you want that on if you can catch it ahead of time. Because whatever bar you're on when that ability kicks off on is a bar that's going to be overcharged. So this one's weapon swap. Alright tanks, let's go ahead and pull. We're going to kill the creeper on the right first. For the creepers, we always go right to left. And monstrosity. Alright, get to entrance. Same place as tanks. Mini on the back wall. Griffin on the front wall. Everybody on the Griffin first.
I make this quick.
Alright, we're gonna add in a new effect on this one. Weapon swap. There's gonna be synergies dropping on the battlefield. Generally, just your healer would be running synergies. There would be a healer kite, and they'll be gathering around. When the synergies are hit, it'll give the people downstairs a place to run the village. It's gonna be crucial in our next fight that everybody understands the synergies here. You got it. That it'll prevent a huge amount of enemies. Like there's one synergy on the battlefield somewhere. Try and find it and grab it.
Hey, help me. Off tank.
Grab it. Send it down. If you can do it. Okay. Now, those 4 big spiders that spawned on this last 2 fights, it's prevented. Somebody's got a bar swap.
Bird's down.
There you go. Somebody's got a bar swap coming up. Everybody on. Let's kill the boss. Kill the mini right now. So we want to keep them somewhat balanced. She'll come right back to the same spot, so just keep burning there. If you see people's life draining, just call bars. Like that, that's probably a boss somewhere. Let's focus on the bird, but we do want to fight the bird where it's supposed to be.
Seems my soldier needs reinforcements.
Arthur opened a gate into her dark realm. We must destroy it.
Okay, check the hit points. See where they are. See who needs it. I think the bird is where we're a little bit behind. There should be 3 synergies on the bottom.
Synergy on the far left, back left.
You killed your favorite animal! I'm sorry, it was for science. No, it was for safety. It was protected at all costs.
Very nice.
Someone needs to pick up ostrich.